Good morning, students. I am Raman Gupta from Government College Bara, and in continuity with the last video in which we are studying literary terms, the next literary term is alliteration. Alliteration in literature is the conspicuous repetition of identical initial consonant sounds in successive or closely associated syllables within a group of words, even those spelled differently. I repeat, in literature, alliteration is the conspicuous repetition of identical, uh, I am giving emphasis to the word identical initial consonant sounds in successive or closely associated syllables within a group of words, even those spelled differently. If the spelling is different, it does not matter, but the beginning sound of consonant remains same. That is alliteration. As a method of linking words for effect, alliteration is also called head rhyme or initial rhyme. For example, humble house or potential power play. In humble house, HH, and in potential power play, PPP. A familiar example is Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. This is very good example, students. All the words are starting with the sound, consonant sound of P. Alliteration is from the Latin word littera, meaning letter of the alphabet. It was first coined in a Latin dialogue by the Italian humanist Giovanni Pontano in the 15th century. Alliteration is used poetically in various languages around the world, including Arabic, Irish, German, Mongolian, Hungarian, American, Sign Language, Somali, Finnish, Icelandic. Some literary experts accept as alliteration the repetition of vowel sounds or repetition at the end of words. Alliteration narrowly refers to the repetition of a letter in any syllables that, according to the poem's meter, are stressed, as in James Thomson's verse, come dragging the lazy, languid line along. There is another similar term, or the part of it is consonance, is a broader literary device identified by the repetition of consonant sounds at any point in a word. For example, coming home, hot food. So the consonant is repeating. Alliteration is a special case of consonance where the repeated consonant sound is in the stressed syllable. The repeated consonant sound is in the stressed syllable. Alliteration may also refer to the use of different but similar consonants, such as alliterating Z with S, as does the author of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, or as Anglo Saxon Old English poets would alliterate hard G with soft G, the latter exemplified in some courses has the letter yo, pronounced like the Y in the yarrow or the J in Jotunheim. There is one specialized form of alliteration called symmetrical alliteration, that is, alliteration containing parallelism or chiasmus. In this case, the phrase must have a pair of outside end words, both starting with the same sound, and pairs of outside words also starting with matching sounds as one moves progressively closer to the center. For example, rust brown blazers rule, or fluoro color coordination forever. Symmetrical alliteration is similar to palindromes and its use of symmetry. The next point is we can discuss it in literature. Where do where has it been used? The examples from literature: The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe has many examples of alliteration, including the following line: and the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain. Samuel Taylor Coleridge's poem The Rime of the Ancient Mariner has the following lines of alliteration: the fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, furrow followed free. Very good example and very common and important. Generally asked in a this poem is not in your syllabus though, yet it is asked in competitive exams. The fair breeze blew, breeze and blew, alliteration. The white foam flew, foam and flew, alliteration of F. The furrow followed free, alliteration of F, 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 F. The next example is from Robert Frost's poem Acquainted with the Night, has the following line of alliteration: I have stood still and stopped the sound of feet. So there is alliteration of S. Stood, still, stopped, sound. The next example of the Lake Isle of Innisfree by W.B. Yeats has the following line of alliteration: I hear lake water lapping with low sounds by the shore. So the alliteration of lake, lapping, low, alliteration of L consonant sound can be seen here. The next is William Shakespeare's play As You Like It has the following lines of alliteration: and churlish charding of the winter's wind. So there is alliteration of ch sound, ch, churlish charding, which when it bites and blow upon my body. So there is another alliteration is bite, blow, body, the alliteration of B sound. Generally, tongue twisters are the best example of alliteration. Generally, what we like tongue twister like Betty butter bow, a bit of butter, but she said this butter's bitter. Very common tongue twister. I hope you have heard it many times. Betty butter bought a bit of butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter, but a bit of butter will make my bitter batter better. So, this is very long and good tongue twister, and a good example of alliteration also. So, students, this is all about alliteration as a literary term. Study it well, and if you find any problem, you can ask me as usual. Thank you and have a nice day.